Hey people, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well and in good health. Okay, right now we're going to check out a Guardian article currently looking at the UK economy. So it's big news here. Let's take a look. UK Treasury Ministry defends tax plans in face of the biggest rise on record. Now that does sound worrying. Let's find out what's going on in the UK economy right now. A senior Treasury Minister has defended the government's tax plans after reports that British households were facing the biggest rise on record. Andrew Griffith said, basically, the government would stick to its spending plan even as pressure grew from Conservative backbenchers to cut taxes in the next budget. His comments come after the Institute for Fiscal Studies published a report saying UK households and homes faced an average tax rise of 3,500, that's a whopping 3,500 a year by the next election. So that's pushing up tax revenue from 33%, which is like a third of national income 4 years ago, to 37 by next year. It looks like a rise of 4% there. So Ben Zaranko, a senior research economist at IFS, said this is not for the most part a direct consequence of the pandemic. Rather, it reflects decisions to increase government spending in past driven by demographic change, pressures on health services, and some unwinding of the austerity measures which have been in place now over a decade. It's likely that this parliament will make a decisive and permanent shift to a higher tax economy. Now, how will that play out? Will we see more British people moving out to places like Dubai, Saudi? We'll see. So, Griffiths told Sky News, I think that the economy runs best when it has stability, which is, basically the focus right now. Bring down inflation, which is a tax rise by another name. He added, right now, because of the constraints that the economy is facing, our priority is inflation. I'm pleased that the plan for reducing inflation is on track, but there's no margin to change that at the moment. We've got to stick with it and deliver that. So inflation right now is just over 6%. It's pretty much 3 times what the government target is, because the government really want to get it down to around about 2. Okay, Labour has refused to commit to tax cuts if it wins the next election, which could be as soon as next year, 2024. Darren Jones, the Shadow Treasury Chief Secretary, told Sky News that IFS data shows that the population is generally getting older, and when you get a bit older, you need more help from the health and social care system. Jeremy Hunt, the Chancellor, has come under increasing pressure in recent months from Conservative colleagues to cut taxes. One of his former colleagues basically said the tax burden is now basically around 70 high. That is unsustainable, and the people that pay the taxes are hard-pressed British, basically people around the country. So obviously people are struggling with the cost of living crisis, inflation, recession on the horizon, and all sorts of economic issues happening right now. So Hunt argued that the cutting tax would further fuel inflation. However, the Prime Minister is reported to be considering a pledge to abolish inheritance tax altogether, a proposal that the IFS said earlier this week would cost the government £7 billion. Now, Griffith said basically the government wanted to cut taxes once inflation had fallen further. This is still a government that believes in taking people out of tax and reducing the tax burden. Well, what business owners like myself would love to see, corporation tax cut actually as well. So Tory tax cutters have been giving ammunition by falling inflation levels while prices rose by 6.7% in August. This was lower than economics had expected. Now, ministers were given a boost by official figures showing economic growth has been higher than previously thought. According to quarterly statistics from the ONS, the economy grew by 0.3% in the first quarter of the year rather than 0.1% as previously thought. Hunt said the best way to continue this growth is to stick to our plan to halve inflation this year, with the IMF forecasting that we will grow more than Germany, France and Italy in the longer term. Obviously that remains to be seen, but the big figures here are the potential average tax rise of 3,500 a year, which could be coming in by the next general election. If you're a taxpayer, if you're a Brit, let us know what you think about that in the comment section below. How are you going on with the British economy right now? Are you struggling? Is it affecting you? Do let us know. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment below. Support the channel by joining the channel. Support us on Patreon, link in description. Okay, people, catch you in the next one.